Look at that thing. That thing is sick, man. Alright guys, we are on the way back home. It's pretty early in the morning. We got up early to go ahead and get this done, and I'm already on the way home with it, but we picked up another truck. The 12 valve from the last video, it's gone. Sold it. But we got another one, and this one was even cheaper, but it is an absolute pile of crap. I mean, it is bad. This thing is like, a lot of the stuff's getting scrapped on it, but we'll get more into the details later on. But for now, let's just get this thing home, or wherever I decide to take it. I'm still iffy about where I'm gonna take it. I may take it to my buddies and pull the cab. I can pull the cab in a couple hours, I think, but he has a forklift, so I can just lift it off and not even have to mess with it. Still up in the air about that, but yeah. So let me get to where we're going, and I'll catch up with you guys, walk you over this thing. All right, guys, we just got back to the house, and we have picked up yet another just super nice truck. This is a 2001 Cummins, and it has been just ran into the dirt. Pretty much is just absolutely just abused, not taken care of, and it's perfect for what we want because it's not worth anything, and the parts that we need are worth it for us. So it's a 2001, has disc brakes. Now it is an extended cab, so we will be getting into that a little later as far as what we're gonna do, because obviously it's a regular cab Ford that we're gonna be putting this thing on. So we'll be getting into that a little later on. It does have a DLD transfer case, which kind of sucks, but it's an automatic, so I'm hoping we can use this as a core transmission. I just talked to the gentleman that used to own the truck, and he said it has 488,000 miles on it, but he thinks it's been rebuilt. So, but he said the motor ran good. 488,000 miles. For what we're gonna do to it, I really don't care. We'll have all the parts that we need at least. So maybe we'll put it all together, maybe we'll rebuild it, I don't really know. Not even gonna try and plan ahead right now. My main goal today is gonna be to get the cab pulled off of this thing. So I'm talking in here in the garage because the wind's so bad. You guys aren't even gonna be able to hear if I say anything outside. I mean, I'm not lying to you guys, it's like 30-mile-an-hour winds right now. But little update on the shop, guys. We got the interior all wrapped up, and then we have our 2x4s here that we can screw our metal to. A couple of the things that I'm gonna be battling with is figuring out how to cut the metal out around for the outlets, because as you can see, they're screwed to this. So I'm gonna have to basically go through and move all these outlet boxes as far to the edge as I can, so that way they can protrude out of the metal, which will be out here, not back there. So not a big deal, but it's gonna require a little bit extra time. I've already got everything measured. I plan on ordering the metal this week, and I should be able to get it the next day. They basically just cut it to length so you can pick it up. But I'm pretty pumped about it, guys. We just got metal to do, and then we're gonna do the floor in here, and we're done with the shop. So yeah, I'll be honest, I didn't think the videos were gonna do that great, but they really didn't do that great at all. Doing anything with the shop, you guys don't really care. You guys want to see diesel content, and I totally get that. But you know, this is just kind of what we're dealing with right now. So yeah, once it's all done, you guys, I think, you are really gonna be able to appreciate the time and effort that we've been putting into this building. And yeah, so without further ado, I'm gonna try and get this cab pulled off, try not to get blown away in the wind, and I'll catch up with you guys whenever we probably head up to pull the cab off of it. All right, guys, I pretty much got this truck ready to go. It took me about an hour, but I got all the fenders pulled off, both the fenders pulled off of it, all the wiring unhooked. I just cut most of it, I'll be honest with you guys. This truck is a total hack job. I mean, I'm talking everything on it is just, we're not gonna be able to use any of the wiring, we just want the bones of it. So I was pretty much just cutting all the wiring on it. Don't really care, don't feel bad about it at all. And yeah, I didn't even notice it, but this cab is pretty much cherry if you were needing a cab to like redo a truck with, which I don't at this time, but I have in the past multiple times. This cab, you could probably get like $800 to $1,000 out of this thing if you really wanted to, just because it's so clean. There's no rust on it anywhere, not even hardly starting. But I don't really want it for that. I don't want it sitting in my yard. I don't really care. So I'm just gonna give it to my buddy, let him do whatever he wants to do with it. And in the meantime, I'll get to use his forklift to get it off of here. We'll be able to get our rolling chassis ready to go. Random thought of the day. Not really thought, but just something I want to throw in this video. Do any of you guys eat these freaking chips? The Haunted Ghost Pepper Packy chips. They are so good, but geez, they're so freaking hot. I really need to put a boost fuller in this thing. Like every time that I drive it and I get on it or I'm towing, the check engine light will come on because it makes over, I think like 20 pounds of boost in these, and it throws the over boost light. And then it defuels the truck. Pretty annoying. Guys, look at this. We got the freaking cab pulled off of it finally. I got the truck 3 hours ago. But check it out. This thing had an ATS transmission in it because it had the co-pilot on it. Someone had it done up pretty nice at one point. But unfortunately, you know, I mean, stuff gets old, I get it. It went bad. It's a 55 block. I already checked to see that. Motor's pretty crusty. This thing has 488,000 miles on it. Frame is pretty clean. We're gonna get into that here in a minute. We're gonna get into that later on so you guys understand. We're not gonna use this frame, but we're gonna use the axles, nice clean perches on them, and disc brakes in the back. I know the wind noise is probably terrible, so I'm gonna catch up with you guys. We're gonna stop by Mason's here in a little bit and work on his truck. Look at this freaking turd. Stock wheels, come on. Come on, what are you doing? No, for real though, guys. Mason's 22x14s were absolutely horrible when it came to rubbing. We put control arms on it, nothing really seemed to fix it, so he did sell them. Currently in the market for some new wheels. Just got over here to Mason's. Let's check out and see what he's doing. What do you got going on?
Making a new radiator fan mount.
Making a new radiator fan mount because the old one was, it was kind of like the old fan. It came with these little clips that you'd basically, like the fan would go on to the radiator, and then it had these little like zip tie clips that would go through, and they just kind of all pulled through, I think you said.
Yeah, all of them but like two.
All of them but two just kind of pulled through. So he has this piece of aluminum here, nice finished out, and he's actually going to, I really don't know what you said you were going to do.
Here's the one that got messed up. Restart.
Oh, you're restarting. This one was messed up?
Yeah, see there was a line right here. Well, this one needs to be on this side of the line. So,
Oh, you see you welded it wrong.
Just notch those and they'll stick down through these tabs down there.
Yeah, because like the factory radiator plastic or fan shroud will go into those tabs on the bottom of the radiator, and then it'll bolt on the top.
Throw some cross in there
and then
make it to where we can mount them.
Yeah, because it seems like a lot of these fans, or a lot of these aftermarket fan setups, you know, you can mount two fans, but then you only have these small little holes to where the only airflow you're getting basically is where the fan is. And a lot of people say that, I mean, I don't really know how true it is, but a lot of people say that you lose a lot of air that way, lose a lot of airflow. So you're more or less going to be, it's just like basically a bracket to mount them to. Just a bracket to mount it to, but he's making it out of a nice piece of aluminum, doing some TIG welding here. So
I found out that I'm good at cleaning, I'm good at welding dirty aluminum.
Dirty aluminum, but not clean aluminum. Okay.
So we'll just
This is just stuff you got at the Rule King.
Yeah, we'll just leave it dirty.
Leave it dirty, give her a good wipe down, and do some welding. We've been talking a lot about new setup for the truck this year, and last year we were actually only able to get this truck to do a like low 11 second quarter mile, and last year we're running the 467 8390 with a billet wheel. This was built by Greg Turner, and it's an absolutely awesome turbo, but just the sizing of it is a little restrictive, so this year decided to step it up a little bit. So let's check it out. What we got in here, old son? Got some stickers. Koozie.
Koozie.
Nice packing foam. I think they do a pretty good job packaging their turbos. Oh, we don't even get to see the cool side first. Look at that thing. That thing is sick, man. So this is a S472 with a 87 wheel 1.0 housing. So this is going to be a really big step in turbos, going up pretty big on the exhaust side and a little bit on the compressor as well. A lot of your spooling and stuff, you know, how quick the turbo spools is in the exhaust side. I mean, a lot of it, some of it, I'm not super smart with turbos. I don't claim to be, neither of us do, but we have a pretty good understanding of how this stuff works. And we'll say that even though the compressor wheel is a little bit heavier with the 72, and it's gonna be harder to get it to move air, your main thing is that exhaust housing, and that's where the 67 was restricted. So we probably could have made some more power if we would have changed the exhaust housing on this one, but opted out just to try and make some more power and went ahead and went with a 472, 87 wheel with a 1.0 housing. So this baby here should probably knock it up at least like 100 horsepower. Because I mean, even at the end of the track in the quarter mile, it was still black smoking. It was still a little rich. So got the manifold, got to get it cleaned up, and we'll get it. I mean, are we gonna put this thing on today? What are we doing?
Yeah, we're gonna do this.
We're gonna do that. We're gonna put this on, and then we're gonna clean. Got to do a little cleaning on the cylinder head. Get some of that old gasket material cleaned off.
I got some stuff.
You got some new gaskets. Got some new gaskets. Guys, I just went to clean the turbo off with brake cleaner and just blasted Mason's valve cover, and all of his spray paint came off. Sorry. All right guys, we got the turbo mounted on the truck. Got her all clocked good. We'll have to get a couple new bolts for the drain. They were different thread pitch, so we weren't able to hook the drain up. I had to make a couple new studs. Well, I had to make all new studs for the manifold. And Mason got the fan on. Looks like it fits pretty good, man.
Yeah, worked out pretty well.
Fits well. I mean, it slides right down in there. The welds look good. And it's all open now.
And
so
the plastic tab's not going to break. You can still see one sitting down there.
Yeah. So it really turned out pretty awesome, really. I mean, besides the fact that that's the second one, because the first one broke, but I mean, minus that, this is a really nice piece here. You know, it's super simple, but it's lightweight, and you don't have all that big mass area blocking all your flow. You're still gonna have all your flow and still have electric fans, so really cool. Now, obviously, in a stock daily driver truck, your coolant tank's right there, so you'd have to, you know, figure something out for that. But
yep, could just buy one of those.
Yeah, or you could just run one of these, but that's not, you know, not everyone wants to run stuff like this. This thing's pretty much completely gutted, so there's nothing really on it, but that new Smetting turbo is looking awesome, guys. So we also got a new hood for the truck too. It's outside. But we're gonna redo the exhaust setup. It's actually a cow hood, pretty nice. Got it from Kevin, so we'll have to redo the. Kind of sucks because usually you build your down pipe or your hood stack and then you cut your hole where your stack ends up. But we're gonna be going backwards. We're gonna be building the hood stack to the hood. So because the hole's already drilled in it, but it's a cow hood, and why not? This truck's gonna look really good with the cow hood. Just got to get the hole cut, get some paint put on it. Yeah, he's got a sweet stack for it somewhere. Oh yeah. Nice solid unit there. So it should turn out pretty good. That fan's still got plenty of room. It's pretty much dead center in the middle of the radiator. All right guys, and just like that, we are gonna wrap up the end of this video. So we got a lot done today. We got a new rolling chassis picked up. It's gonna have a lot of usable parts in it. We are in it so cheap that we may actually be able to rebuild that engine, like, and I'm not just saying it, like I'm serious. I don't know if a lot of you guys watch, I always say, we might rebuild it. We always just run the stock short block that's in it, but we may put new rings and stuff in it, new bearings, just because I haven't even made sure. I need to make sure it even turned over. But like I said, I talked to the gentleman that used to own the truck, and he said that it ran, it just needed transmission work. So with that being said, we're in it really good. I'm definitely gonna use a lot of the parts, and we just gotta get a frame. We also got Mason's turbo put on and his fan bracket made. So the only thing we gotta do to that thing is make a hood stack for it, and we have to get bolts for his turbo drain and wire it up, rewire everything. That'll take some time. And that thing will be ready to go. We'll be able to fire it up. Muncie drag strip is actually now open, so we will be going to the drag strip, I'm sure, very soon to try that thing out, try that new turbo out, hopefully get a 10-second quarter mile on the first or second pass. Because that thing, if you guys watched the previous videos, we thought we had some issues with it, but one of the valves somehow got so far out of adjustment that it was missing. I don't know how, but it just did. So we thought that the motor was blown up, but it is actually still good to go. A lot of you guys that follow along know that. So that thing is pretty much ready to go to the track. So yeah, that's gonna wrap up in this video. I'm sunburned, I'm windburned, I've been freezing in the freezing cold all day. I'm exhausted, and we're gonna restart, get ready for the work week this week. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. Be sure to leave a like down below and leave a comment as well. We have a couple things planned here soon. I'm really excited to let you guys know what we have in the making, and yeah, I'm really excited to share a couple things I have going on in the background. For one, ready to get the shop done, and I can't get too far into it. You guys are gonna have to wait. Anyways, like, subscribe, comment. See you guys on the next one.